What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to the channel, and I'm really excited to get into this one, folks, because even though we're still in the lockout, if there's one thing that feels like an almost sure guarantee to come into fruition with a new CBA agreement, whenever that happens, it's the universal DH position. So the question now lies, how are the Mets going to address this roster with the DH? Well, there's truly no one that checks off every single box better externally than free agent Mr. Boomstick himself and Nelson Cruz. So that's what I'll be breaking down in today's video. Everything there is to know about Cruz and his game, his current connection, if at all, with the New York Mets, and why Buck Showalter can very well be that X factor to have Nelson Cruz land in Queens with the New York Mets. But of course, folks, if you find yourself enjoying this kind of Mets content and you want to see more great Mets content like this, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, share this video with your friends, on the notification bell, all those great things. Thank you all so much for the continued support, folks. Now let's jump right into today's video. All right, folks, before I have a bunch of you guys that jump at me in the comments below saying Nelson Cruz, he's 41 years of age. That's a Robinson Cano 2.0 happening. We don't want that. That's so foolish. No. Pump the brakes. Let me throw some facts your way and then let you reassess what you want to say in the comments below. Because if you guys know Nelson Cruz, then you know, yes, he's old in baseball terms, but by no means is that a factor in his performance. He has proven time and time again why he is still one of the best sluggers in the game. He's an anomaly of a player, and coming off of his 17th MLB season in 2021, he continued to show the boomstick as advertised, splitting time with both the Minnesota Twins and the Tampa Bay Rays. In his age 40 season, 140 games played, just shy of 600 at-bats, still had 32 bombs, 86 RBIs, 79 runs scored, a 265 average, 334 on base, 497 slugging, a 122 WRC plus, someone that is just raked time and time again. And throughout his career, roughly 2,000 games played, over 7,000, almost 8,000 at-bats, almost 500 home runs. He's 50 away, over 1,000 runs scored, over 1,200 RBIs in his career, a career 277 average hitter, a 346 on base, a 527 slugging, a guy that literally hits 30 to 40 bombs every single year. He's a 4-time Silver Slugger. He just won the Roberto Clemente Award in 2021. He's been a multi-time DH of the year for the AL. So yes, Nelson Cruz has done it all, even at his age. That is not stopping him one bit. And if we take a look further on his numbers through Baseball Savant, showing the percentile for 2021, he's still raking like crazy in the 99th percentile in exit velo. That's exactly what you would want from a prototypical slugger as your DH. He's one of the best in the game, has been for a decade plus now, and for good reason. And I don't know exactly what's making him this consistent, playing basically every single day, year in and year out. I know the DH position definitely helps you because he doesn't have to deal with the fielding as much, but still, Nelson Cruz is defying the odds, and he is showing you game in and game out that he still has it, and he's not slowing down anytime soon. Every team in the NL would love a Nelson Cruz, but why does he make so much sense for the Mets? Well, focusing on the short term more than anything. Again, to have him as your short-term fit, something that the Mets have emphasized all offseason long in this win now stage. They want guys on shorter-term contracts, say high AAV, and Nelson Cruz is exactly checking off that box, fitting that category. I know you're probably wondering also, saying, Tyler, the Mets already have one veteran that doesn't have really much of an infield position, that being a Robinson Cano that we're tied with. I'm aware of that, and yes, I'm also aware that there's some other DH options internally, including potentially the rookie Mark Vientos, who has big pop in his bat. But regardless, if you're looking at the Mets right now in a win now stage, there's no one that checks off the boxes more, and that's really the safer, if not the safest bet on the free agent market on a short-term deal than Nelson Cruz. Given all that he provides to you, there's endless uncertainties with the Robinson Canos in the world, and as long as Steve Cohen is willing to eat that contract or just figure out what you're going to do with him, then by all means, Nelson Cruz is your guy to get, and that's why he's an X factor versus all the other internal options for the most part that the Mets can currently provide. What's another thing with Nelson Cruz? Well, he's also someone that started his career with the New York Mets, in case you don't know. Back in 1998, yes, the guy on the right, the Mets signed Nelson Cruz as an undrafted free agent, was with them in their organization for a couple years, and then was traded away to the Oakland A's. So Cruz has been with the Mets. We all know that. Hasn't gotten any time, unfortunately. Would have been nice if he did. But what is the other X factor, and probably the biggest X factor by far? It's now the hire of Buck Showalter. And in case you guys aren't aware, Buck Showalter knows Nelson Cruz very well. It was a short stint, but it was far more than he could have ever hoped for when it comes to performance-wise, that being Buck. Because in 2014, Nelson Cruz put on a clinic for Buck Showalter and his Baltimore Orioles. Just the typical slash line per year for Nelson Cruz is age 33 season season with Buck Showalter in Baltimore, including 159 games played, almost an entire full season, 40 home runs, 87 runs scored, 108 RBIs. You're looking at a 271 average, 333 on base, 525 slugging, and a 137 WRC plus. Also, almost forgot to mention that Nelson Cruz was first introduced to Buck Showalter in 2006, Cruz's rookie year with the Texas Rangers, and that was Buck's final year with the Rangers, and the Rangers didn't do anything special that year, and Cruz only had a cup of coffee, 40 games, under 140 at-bats, a sub 700 OPS, so nothing special. So it was a stint where they first got to know each other, but with the Baltimore Orioles is really where they got to build a relationship during that entire one-year season. And look, don't get me wrong, this isn't going to be the Nelson Cruz from 2014. We're almost a decade after the fact, but regardless, we all know that Nelson has been consistent, and having that connection with Buck is pivotal, because I've seen plenty of times between watching on MLB Network, especially one segment that I wasn't able to pull up for you guys, and I apologize for that, but they were talking about certain impact players, and Buck made it known a couple months ago that there was no one that stood out more to him than the one-year stint with Nelson Cruz, and just how pivotal he was. He's spoken glowingly of him on numerous occasions whenever Cruz's name is brought up, so they had that familiarity. And for Buck, that's in this win now stage, just along with Steve Cohen, Billy Epler, Sandy Alderson, and the New York Mets, there really is no one that feels like a better fit on the short term to bring a big bat, which would be huge alongside the Pete Alonsos of the world, the Eduardo Escobars, etc. in this lineup, like someone like Nelson Cruz, especially after losing Javi Baez. To have another big name bat in there, but it's going to be consistent with the DH, that is going to do wonders for this New York Mets team. And again, when you think about the DH position, there's no one that pops in my mind more than Nelson Cruz. So perfect fit for the New York Mets. We're going to see if it comes to fruition, but someone that really has brought it all, will continue to bring it all, and knows that if he comes to the Mets, this is a team in a win now stage. He wants to win. Cruz has yet to do that in his career. He would have that chance to do it, and potentially, just like Buck Showalter, his final hurrah. This might be it for Nelson Cruz, depending on how long-term of a deal this would be, 1 or 2 years, whatever it may be. So Cruz, this could be his go-around to get a championship, to go off into the sunset, along with his former manager again, and Buck Showalter, and boy, oh boy, would that be something special. So Mets fans, let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about Nelson Cruz, the best DH fit for the New York Mets? How likely or unlikely do you think it would be for him to land in Queens? Make sure to let me know all in the comments below, folks. And again, if you found yourself enjoying this kind of Mets content and you want to see more great Mets content like this, make sure to smash that like and subscribe on, sharing this video with your friends, on the notification bell, all those great things. Thank you all so much for the continued support, folks. Make sure to check out previous videos, more great content coming as usual here in WardyNYM, and I'll talk to you soon. Let's go Mets, baby.